Sonia, registered dietitian with Flik Hospitality Group. Today we'll be making a vegan coffee cake that's dairy-free, egg-free, and gluten-free. So what makes this recipe vegan is that it doesn't include any animal products or byproducts. So when baking, what that means is instead of eggs or butter, we'll be using things like applesauce, plant-based milks, and coconut oil. Even something like honey is not considered vegan, so instead we're going to be using maple syrup. We're going to take our baking pan and line it with parchment paper. Make sure the parchment paper, as you place it in, folds over on all sides of the pan, and preheat your oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit. This recipe calls for rice flour and oat flour. Now you can buy those in the store in the baking aisle, or you can make yours at home using a high-powered food processor, or I'm going to be using a NutriBullet. So in order to make rice flour, all I'm going to do is be taking some simple brown rice or white rice. We're going to go ahead and put it into your food processor or NutriBullet, and it comes out as a simple flour. Quick and easy. And for oats, it's the same thing. So we're using gluten-free rolled oats, and I also put that through the NutriBullet and came out with oat flour. To make this streusel topping, we're going to add all the dry ingredients into a bowl. So what we have here is the almond flour, coconut sugar, rice flour, and some cinnamon and salt. We're going to whisk this together and then add in the wet ingredients. To prepare the dry cake ingredients, we're going to use gluten-free oat flour, rice flour, cornstarch, organic coconut sugar, baking powder, baking soda, and sea salt. For our wet ingredients, we'll be using almond milk, unsweetened applesauce, coconut oil, vanilla extract, and apple cider vinegar. For our vegan baking, since we won't be using things like eggs and butter, we need to make sure that we're replacing them with ingredients that provide the same moisture and leavening agents as the eggs and the butter. So, as a replacement for the egg, we will be using apple cider vinegar with the baking soda that we already put within our dry ingredients. We'll be using unsweetened applesauce as our replacement for butter to get that same texture. I'm going to add some apples into our coffee cake. So the apples will be adding some texture as well as some nutrients. So we'll be adding some fiber and vitamins as well. It'll be a great addition. So we're going to pour about half of the batter into our baking pan. Next, we're going to add half of the streusel topping into the pan. Then we're going to add the other half of the cake batter on top of the streusel. Next, we're going to add our diced apple on top of that second layer of batter. And we're going to top with our last layer of streusel on top.